All right, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this series of online lessons. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and leave a like for this video. Now, in today's lesson, we are going to look at trigonometry and basically we'll solve a few questions on these. So this is where you're not supposed to use a calculator. So you may be asked to find the value of sine 75, or maybe you're asked to prove, in this case, sine 75 equals to this, or tan 15 is equals to that. So these problems are procedural problems, meaning that there is no need for a calculator, and we are going to learn how to do that in this lesson. So let's dive in. All right, so to solve such problems, you have to know bit of half angles. So one thing that you should also know is this. So Showa. Okay, so I'm just starting from the top. So that is, you should know this. That is sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Given a triangle like this, let me just draw a simple triangle and use this. Okay, so if we have a triangle that okay, so if we have a triangle like that, the angle theta is here. Okay, so that's where the angle theta is. Then the opposite is this side of the angle. So this length is the opposite. And below there is the adjacent. So sine theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. Then cos theta, cos of theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent, which is this part, adjacent over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is here, so this is the hypotenuse, this is the opposite, and this is the adjacent. So sine theta is the opposite over hypotenuse, so you find this length over the hypotenuse. Cos theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, which is this here, so hypotenuse. Then tan theta, that is tan theta, is equal to opposite over adjacent. So opposite, which is this length, over adjacent. So opposite over adjacent. So this is what you should know. Now, we have what we call special angles, and basically special angles are angles that we can determine the values of. So for instance, we have a sine of 30, cos of 30. So these are determinable. We have a sine of 60, cos of 60. We also have a sine of 90, cos 90. Okay, so we can derive these totally. Cos sine of 30, that is 0.5 or half. So we'll write them in radical form. So that is sine of 30, that is 1 over 2. Cos of 30, that is root of 3 over 2. Sine of 60 becomes root of 3 over 2. Cos of 60, that is half. Sine of 90, that is 1. Cos of 90, that is 0. And cos of 180, so we can determine this one, that is negative 1. Sine of 180, so sine of 180, that is equal to 0. Have a cos of 0, that is 1. Sine of 0, that is 0. Okay, so and of course we have two more. That is a sine of 45 degrees. So these are that is root of 2 over 2. Okay, and same applies cos of 45. They have the same value, which is root of 2 over 2. So these are special angles that you should know for you to solve these problems that are here. Okay, so I don't know if you memorize them, so you have to memorize these. But again, you can derive these, but since I have given you already, you can just memorize this and you'll be able to solve the problems. So like in the case of question 1 here, we're asked to find sine of 45. So we know that 75, sorry, 75. We know that 75 can be broken down into two groups. So that is sine of 75 is just equal to sine of 30 plus 45. So 30 plus 45. So we are breaking down this number into special angles because we know the special angles. 30 degrees and 45 degrees, we know 30 degrees is here on the special angles and 45 degrees is there, so we can do that. Okay, now what we should also know is the distributive property of sine and cos. Okay, that is sine of a plus b of a plus b. This is equals to sine a. Okay, so we're saying sine so sine a plus b. So this is equal to sine a cos b, then plus. So if it is plus here, it becomes plus. If it's minus, it becomes minus. So plus sine b, so they extend sine b cos a. So that is the same thing that we can do here. So we can say our our a is maybe represented by the 30 and our b is that. So this can be distributed as a sine not sine 30 or plus or times cos 45 plus sine 45 cos times cos 30. Okay, so now these so now this can be simplified. So we know sine 30, that is half. So according to our chart, that is half. Cos 45, that is root of 2 over 2 plus sine 45, that is root of 2 over 2. Then cos 30, that is root of 3 over 2. Okay, so here we can simplify. So this will be equal to, so this is 4 and this is 4. So the common denominator there can be 4. So we say 4 there. What we have on top here is just root of 2, then what? Root of 2 plus root of 2 times root of 3. Okay, and since root of 2 is on top here, we can simply factor it out. This okay. So we can simply, or we can multiply on top and at the bottom by, okay, well, let's factor out root of 2. And we remain with 1 plus root of 3 over 4. And what we're going to do is we multiply both the top and the bottom by root of 2 so that we get rid of the root radical. Root of 2 here times root of 2. So what is root of 2 times root of 2? So the powers will add. So this is 2 to the power half times the other root of 2, which is 2 to the power half. So the root is 2. So we add the powers. So this is equal to 2 half plus half, which is just 2. So this can be written as 2. So this would be 2 and 1 plus root of 3 divided by 4 root of 2. So 2 there, 1, 2 there, 2. So this gives us our answer 1 plus root of 3 over 2 root of 2, which is what is required. So the key thing here is these double angles. So you memorize these double angles, and whatever angle you are given, try to work it out in terms of the double angles. Okay, so same applies to question B here. So we know that tan of x is basically equal to cos of x over sine of x. Or is it sine of x over cos of x? So sorry for that. So that is tan x equals to sine of x over cos of x. Okay, so that is sine x. Tan x is equals to sine of x over cos of x. So now what you do here in this case, so we just have we have tan of 15. So tan of 15 will be equals to sine 15 over cos 15. Okay, now what we're going to do is you're going to find this one separately and this one separately, then you replace their answers here and simplify, and hopefully it should give you this here. So this is a task I'm going to give you. So the first task is this, then I'll see how you progress from there, then do some more questions. So, but here, so think about how can I get a 15 by using these numbers here, 30, because we want to have a solid non double angle. So maybe if I use 30 and 45, if I use 30 and 60, if I use 30 and 90, am I going to get a 15? So simply do that, and then after you figure out your sum that will give you 15 here, you can expand like that, and same applies to expanding for cos. Then you can simplify just like I did. So for now, it's a good evening. So see you in the next lesson.